Hi there, this is David, and today I want to kick off a 3-part video series going over the greatest RPGs on the PS4, the PS5, and the Nintendo Switch. I have gone over, scoured these lists, and looked at all the RPGs available on these 3 systems, and I've compiled the best ones to buy on each system without any overlaps or duplicates or anything else like that. So, get ready for some spectacular JRPGs, and please do keep your eyes open for the rest of the videos coming up in the next few weeks as we go through the top 10 greatest PS4 RPGs today. First up, we have the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, which is also available for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PC. This could very well be my favorite Tales game. It just has everything that I need. A beautiful, traditional world map, an easy-to-learn skill progression system centered around your equipment, kind of like in Final Fantasy IX, characters with great personalities and clearly defined classes, and a protagonist who doesn't take anybody's shit. Yuri is a take-no-prisoners vigilante who gets caught up in a conflict between the Empire and the guilds, and he will stop at nothing, even murder, to achieve his goals. It is so refreshing and so well done. And if that isn't enough, the rest of the cast is fully fleshed out with hilarious skits and fully voiced interactions. This is a gem of a Tales, and it should not be missed by any fans of the genre, especially now with this definitive edition. Number 2, Dragon Quest XI S, which is also available for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PC. I bought this whenever this first came out, and back then it was only available in 3D. However, a couple of years later, this definitive edition came out, and it gave you access to additional content as well as a 2D mode. And let me just say, this is a total game changer. It is so faithful to the 2D that I felt like I was back in high school, playing my favorite SNES RPGs. And the little mini-map, world map in the corner reminded me so much of that tile set from Dragon Quest IV. The whole thing is just such a great throwback, and I love it. Also, I just have to say this too. What might take you 5 hours to accomplish in the 3D version will probably only take you 1 hour in the 2D version. I felt like I was flying through this game. Adding 2D modes to 3D games is something so simple yet so amazing that I can't believe it hasn't been done more often, and I really can't wait for more. And hey y'all, if you're liking this, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for some more great content. And now, for number 3, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, also available for the Nintendo Switch, PS5, and PC. Popular opinion states that this is the best game in the series, and after their portable stint with Ys 7, they have now returned to their console roots, and Falcom used their hardware to the best advantage, and they created a true masterpiece. Adol is now shipwrecked on the cursed island of Siren, and it's there that he sets out to explore the tropical landscapes, rescue other passengers marooned by the shipwreck, and build up a bustling settlement. It's kind of odd, because in all the other games though, he washes up like in Civilization. But not here. It's like some sort of prehistoric, uncharted landscape filled up with dinosaurs and stuff. And then there's the Dana segments, where you learn all about the history of the island and her connection to it, as well as to Adol. Number 4, Trails to Azure, which is also available for the Nintendo Switch and PC. This could very well be an odd place to pick up and start the Legend of Heroes series, but I had to mention it here simply because I just think it's the best one! I mean, at least it's my favorite so far. This is the direct sequel to Trails from Zero, and it picks up right where the first game left off, as the conclusion of the thrilling Crossbell arc. The story is riveting, the characters are likable, and there's no dumb high school setting or harem antics either. And it doesn't take an entire game just to get into the action. You hit the ground running. So come and uncover the mysteries of Crossbell, Kia, and the giant Azure Tree in this game that runs concurrently to the events of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Number 5, Trials of Mana, also available for the Nintendo Switch and PC. This originally released back on the SNES, but it never came west. And this remake, well, it might as well just be a whole brand new game, because Square really put forth the effort to make this just something else. They have completely rebalanced it, and improved and rebuilt it from the ground up. Nowadays, many new games feel like such serious business, with cinematic movies and so much styling that you almost feel like you're watching the game rather than playing it. but this is a refreshing throwback to a simpler time, just improved with like quality of life enhancements. For those of y'all who have never played the original, here you compose a party of 3 heroes from a possible 6, then you traverse the world, restoring the mana stones, changing up your classes, kicking ass, and saving the mana tree. And as far as I'm concerned, it is the pinnacle of the mana series. It has a ton of replayability and should not be missed. Number 6, the Atelier Ryza trilogy, which is also available for the Switch and PC, and the last 2 games are available on the PS5. Okay, let's talk some trilogies here. I was never really the biggest fan of the mainline Atelier series, but the spin-offs were always great. However, all that changed with Ryza. Now, I will be the first to admit that I'm a full, red-blooded American man, and I'm not blind, and yeah, sex sells, duh. So I picked up the first one based upon what that Anaconda wanted, not expecting a whole hell of a lot. But what I actually found was a really fun game with a riveting storyline, a super fun fast-paced turn-based combat system, and a huge, massive open areas to explore. And while there was a time during that PS3 era where I pretty much ignored all the Atelier games, now Ryza has turned all that around, and if they keep up with it, I could really do see this series rising to the top. Number 7, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered, also available for the Nintendo Switch, PC, and Xbox. The original game was one of my favorites over on the PS3, and it's really what made me finally be happy with my purchase of that console. So whenever I saw that it was getting remastered, I was thrilled. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't really watch anime all that much, and I'd never really heard of Studio Ghibli before this game, but boy, do they have a fan in me now. All the towns are lovingly crafted, and each region has its own unique culture and landscape. The world map alone makes this game worth playing. I mean, why RPGs have moved away from explorable world maps will forever be a mystery to me. Even with like that Pokemon-esque combat bringing it down a notch, the masterfully crafted ambience of the world just made me fall in love with it. Number 8, Star Ocean 2R, also available for the Nintendo Switch, PS5, and PC. It is not often that I spend hundreds of dollars on a collector's edition. I mean, I didn't even do that for the Final Fantasy VII remakes, so I guess it's really saying something that I went and I splurged for this one. The original Star Ocean 2 was one of my favorite games on the PlayStation, and boy, does this remake not disappoint either. It has all the charm, breadth, and depth of the first game, with quality of life additions such as fast travel, cutscene skipping, and the ability for your back row party members to pitch in and kick some ass during battles too. I really and truly do think that JRPGs were kind of waning until Square hit on $1 million idea with HD 2D, and that idea has single-handedly powered this renaissance that we are in right now. Number 9, Dragon Quest Heroes 2, also available on the PC. The Dragon Quest developers have been toying with the idea of an action-based game ever since the 9th entry, but while they thankfully have not gone action with the mainline series, they have with the spin-offs, most notably with the Heroes series. Here, in this entry, you explore 7 different kingdoms, each geographically and biologically distinct from one another. You'll be going from grassy fields to scorching deserts, climbing up imposing mountains, and delving deep into forests. And as usual, each of the regions are filled to the brim with those Dragon Quest monsters that you know and love, while fighting against them with unique heroes introduced here or fan favorites from all the past games. And finally, number 10, the Alliance Alive Remastered, also available for the Nintendo Switch and PC. I certainly love that there is still a market for classic turn-based JRPGs in today's gaming landscape that is all filled up with gritty Western games, indie Earthbound wannabes, and just incredibly boring high school angst simulators. Alliance Alive proves that, with a well-told story and a robust saga-inspired battle system, complete with glimmering techniques, fast-forwarding, and full restoration after battle, and it is just done so solidly. The characters are fun, and they're introduced in a multi-party chapter system, complete with gorgeous, fully explorable world maps filled with treasures. This game is a remake of the 3DS original, and for astute viewers, you might remember that I named it my number 1 favorite 3DS game. But here it is again, with a nice new coat of paint and on the big screen where it can really shine. So that's it for the top 10 greatest PS4 RPGs. Did I miss any? Do you have any honorable mentions? Let me know what your favorites are. Let's get a discussion going on here, and let's all talk and chat about it, because I'm always in the comments too. And if you like what I do here on the channel, please head on over to the Patreon to sign up for early access to my videos and behind the scenes photographs. The link to it is over in the video description. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.